Kimi no Suizo Tabetai by Sumino Yoru. Part 3. Have the both of you begun thinking about university? What about you, Yamawichi-san? I haven't really thought about it. I mean, there's still time. What about you, adult-like student-kun? I haven't thought about it either. That's not good. You've got to think about it properly, secret knowing classmate-kun. She held out her second steam bun in her hands while making that unnecessary comment. I ignored her and took another sip of my barley tea. The taste of the familiar, widely available barley tea was delicious. So, the both of you haven't really thought about the future, eh? If you continue being lazy, you'll be the same age as me before you know it. Ah ha 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 ha. There's no way that's going to happen. While the two of them laughed merrily, I kept a straight face. I munched on my steam bun and drank my barley tea. It was as she said. There was no way that would happen. It was impossible for her to become the same age as our teacher, who was in her 40s. In this place, it was something only the girl and I knew, which was why she had winked at me and laughed. It was as though she were one of those actors from American films that wink when they told a joke. But just to be clear, the reason I didn't laugh wasn't because of how ill-conceived her joke was. It was because of that proud face she made whenever she thought she had said something interesting. It was borderline mental. Annoyed that I remained expressionless, she frowned at me. Having seen that, the edge of my lips finally curved up slightly. After staying in the library for about an extra half an hour, we began to head home. When we got to the shoe lockers, it was already 6 p.m. Despite this, we could still hear the ruckus made by the sports club members as they gave their all under the equally relentless sun. Wasn't the archive hot? Yeah. We still have to do this again tomorrow, huh? But at least tomorrow's the last school day of the week. Yeah. Are you listening? I am. I swapped my indoor shoes for my loafers and left through the hatch aligned with the lockers. The school gate was in the opposite direction from the sports field, so the voices of the baseball and rugby clubs slowly dwindled as I walked. With heavy footsteps, she caught up and positioned herself next to me. Haven't you learned to listen properly when others are speaking? I have. That's why I'm listening properly right now. Then, what was I talking about? Steam buns? So you weren't listening. Lying is a no-no. She chided me like a kindergarten teacher. She, who was tall for a girl, and I, who was short for a boy, were almost of the same height. Truth to be told, it was quite refreshing to be admonished by someone while having to look down slightly to face them. Sorry, I was thinking about something. Hmm? Thinking about what? Her frown dissolved instantly, as though she had never been upset in the first place. She picked at me with curiosity written all over her face. After putting a little distance between us, I nodded slightly. Yeah, I've always been thinking about it, very seriously. Oh, what's wrong? It's about you. I didn't stop, and I didn't look in her direction. I was careful to make it a very ordinary conversation, without any sort of dramatic atmosphere, because that would make things serious and troublesome. Cutting past the words I had planned to say next, she, as expected, responded in a troublesome manner. Me? Huh? A love confession? Wah! I'll get nervous. It's not that. Hey! Yeah? Is it really fine to spend the little remaining time you have to live on something like tidying up the library? Having heard my very casual question, she tilted her head to the side. It's definitely fine. I don't think so. Really? Then what else should I be doing? Well, don't you want to do something like finding your first love or taking a beach hike overseas? and deciding where you want to spend your last moments. This time, she tilted her head to the other side. Hmm, it's not like I don't understand what you're trying to say. For example, even secret knowing classmate Kun has things he wants to do before he dies, right? I wouldn't say I don't, I guess. But right now, you aren't doing those things, even though both you and I could die tomorrow. It's with this understanding that both you and I carry on as we do, surely. The value of each and every day is the same. No matter what I did to me, the value of today won't change. I had fun today, you know? I see. Maybe it really was as she said. I was frustrated by her declaration, but at the same time, I understood it. Even I, like her in the near future, would certainly die someday. Even though I couldn't tell when my time would come, it was the inevitable future. Perhaps I would even die before her, as expected. The words of people who were aware of their own demise had a certain depth to them. The views of the girl beside me stirred me up a little inside. Of course, what I thought didn't matter to her. Surely, there were many people that liked her, so it was natural that she didn't have the time to be interested in someone like me. As proof of that fact, boys wearing the soccer club uniform were running from the direction of the school gate, and they were all looking at her walking. She recognized one of the boys running over, and she waved her hand at him. Do your best. Thanks, Sakura. The soccer boys made refreshing smiles as they passed by us. If I recalled correctly, he should have been a classmate of mine, but he didn't give me a single look. He ignored secret knowing classmate Kun. He better watch out tomorrow. It's fine, and you should stop because I don't mind. I really didn't mind. She and I were polar opposites, so it couldn't be helped that we would be treated differently by our classmates. Gah, that's precisely why you can't make any friends. I know it's the truth, but you're too concerned about it. Ugh, that's precisely why. In the midst of our conversation, we had reached the school gate. Our houses were in opposite directions from here on, so these were where I parted ways with her. What a real pity. Bye. Hey, about what we talked about earlier. I, who was turning away without any hesitation, was stopped by her words. She made a cheerful face, as though she had suddenly thought of something. I realized that I've never really expressed any sort of cheerfulness on my face. If I had to choose, I'd use the little remaining time of my life to help secret knowing classmate Kun. What do you mean? Are you free on Sunday? Ah, sorry. I have a date with my cute girlfriend. She'll be hysterical if I leave her alone, so I can't. That's a lie, right? And if it is, okay, so we'll meet at 11 a.m. in front of the station. I'll bring along the Disease Coexistence Journal too. Having said that, without at all having asked for my acknowledgement, she waved her hand while walking in the opposite direction from my home. The summer sky behind her was still orange and pink, the tint most slightly with an ultramarine finish. It showered us with its fading glow. Without returning the gesture, I once again turned my back to her and began to head home. In the absence of her blusterous laughter, I continued to walk that familiar path home as the warm hues of the dying day made way for the evening blue. Surely, my view of the road home was different from hers. I'd most probably continue walking on this road until I graduated. How many more times would she get to walk on the same road? But it was true. Just as she said, I wouldn't know how many more times I would get to walk on this road. As such, the roads we walked weren't so different. I brought my finger to the side of my neck and made certain that I was alive. Taking each step to the beat of my heart, my mood was ruined as I felt my transient life tremble against my will. The evening breeze blew against me, distracting me from my thoughts. Just a little, I started to look forward to our outing on Sunday. Hey guys, this is Angelica. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm sorry if there's any mispronunciation. Um, Sometimes I get my tongue tied, something like that. And if you like this video, don't forget to give the thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well. It's the little bell down there somewhere. And all comments are welcome. And I will see you on the next video. Bye bye.